She fell pregnant with me and my sister, and I'm a twin. So that's the beautiful news outcome of that horrific story.
Never could have been thinking I would know what the future bring, all the highs and lows.
Hello everyone. So as you can tell by the title of this video and its thumbnail, today is, my birthday was yesterday, so it's the 10th. I had to think it's the 10th of November, and it's about 11 o'clock in the morning here on the Wednesday, and I've worked out, done my usual morning routine, and as I was working out, I got this weird, something telling me in my mind. I had one pregnancy test left in my bathroom, and my mind was just telling me to go and do it, just to use it, even though I know that the first wee is the strongest and best for, testing, taking a pregnancy test. Anywho, I just thought, it's no loss. I'll just take the test anyway. And Harper was awake from her nap at this stage, so I had just changed her nappy, and so she was sitting in my bedroom and I was in my ensuite. So I did it, but I didn't even film it because I thought, I was 100% sure, no, I'm most certainly not pregnant. And last month I got my period on the 11th. So I figured, well, tomorrow's the 11th. So, but yeah, I thought I'll just take the test. Left it sit there in the bathroom, went out with Harper. I was making a green smoothie, and then I remembered, I sort of thought, oh, the test, that's how sure of this that I was. And then I was holding Harper at the time when I went back in. Harper's awake now, she's just in a playroom, so I just snuck in quickly because I'm just sort of like shock. I think still it hasn't sunk in, and I'll share with you why. Why I'm still a bit in disbelief, and probably will be for quite some time until I actually see that on the ultrasound and anything like that. But anyway, so I did the test, went back in holding Harper, and I just stared at it. I still don't know. I don't think that I yet have proper words, because it still feels obviously not realistic to me. So because that, anyway, I think for my reasoning behind being a bit unsure is because back in end of May, early June this year, I just did a test, actually because I had some spotting, and I thought, oh, maybe that's just my period coming. And that happened on the Sunday night, and come about Wednesday, Thursday, I still had the light spotting, which I've most definitely never had in pregnancy before, like with Bentley or with Harper. So I thought it just period all over the shop because I wasn't on the pill. So yeah, I thought that's caused from that. But then I sort of got pain down below, sort of all over down below, and it was sort of a bit hard to walk, but I still pushed through. But yeah, and then so I did a test on the Thursday. So I had all that Wednesday partly through the start of the week, and I did the test on the Thursday, and it come up that it was positive test. So obviously a million things running through your head as it is. as what happens. But then that spotting was still in the back of my mind. I thought, this is very strange. Now I was really taken back. I was really unsure what was happening. And then I was talking to a few friends that had sort of experienced difficulties in pregnancy, and they told me, you know, to go to the hospital. And I was a bit like, oh no, I'm sure it's just period all over the shop. But anyway, I went to the hospital, and then they sent me for another ultrasound and a sort of internal scan check of it all. Couldn't see nothing still, so I left it for about another week. Did a blood test and all, and the HCG levels were still slightly rising, so there was something happening there, but nothing could be seen anywhere at that stage. And then I think it was another week went on, and then same thing, blood test showed levels rising, still nothing to be seen. So then I actually think it was another week went on. It sort of was a process. I remember it being a process now. And then I went to the hospital. I had an appointment at the hospital, and they saw me there. My mum was with me. She was sort of staying with Harper, and then they told me that I was to get a ultrasound and an internal scan done there at the hospital, because sometimes the scan places and all don't pick up things sometimes, as well as the hospital ones do. So I went in, had that done. I was in there for what felt like half an hour or more, and the other girl that was with her talking, discussing something, but they didn't let on anything to me. She just said, these like report or whatever will be sent now straight away to the doctor. Anyway, so I went back to see the doctor at the hospital, and yeah, he sort of come out with that it's a ectopic pregnancy in my left tube. So that was a bit shocking to hear, but then he sort of said, you have 3 options. We could wait maybe till early in the week, seeing this was Friday, early next week, and see what's happening, or you can get like keyhole surgery done, booked in to have the whole tube removed. And I sort of definitely didn't want to go down that option, because I knew more children in the future was definitely something me and Kelvin wanted strongly for. So so I didn't want to go down that route. Then he said, or you could have an injection that's called methotrexate injection. It's sort of like a chemotherapy drug, okay, and that'll stop, sort of diminish, dissolve that pregnancy there in the tube. But there was a few things to that, but I definitely was going that route over the others, especially over having the tube removed. So, and that meant I stayed in that night, had the injection. They just give that to you in the sort of top of your bottom, because it's really muscly there. So they just give you that, and you can get sort of quite sick, nausea and stuff with that injection. So they wanted me to stay in overnight. I was lucky I didn't have any side effects to that injection. But the downfall to that was you have to wait 3 months. You cannot get pregnant within 3 months. You try and you do everything in your power to not get pregnant, because that drug is still in your body, and obviously would not be good for a pregnancy. So with all that running through your body, so obviously it's been well and truly over that 3 months, so it's well and truly safe out of that sort of dangerous time frame to get pregnant. So sort of since then, it's not been trying as such. It's sort of just been us whenever, whatever type thing. I don't have an app or anything like that. I'm not tracking anything. But I guess. But like I said, well, that's the reason why I probably seem a bit up in the air about finding finding this news out. But on that note of ectopic pregnancy, I'm sure she won't mind me sharing this, because I mean it was many moons ago for her, but seeing ectopic pregnancy is something that is a bit like, I only feel comfortable now explaining my story as far as that's concerned, because when I was looking up ectopic stuff and my sort of symptoms and such, there wasn't much on it. Like I sort of, so I wanted to sort of add this in to sort of just shine any bit of light or anything if someone's having that sort of bleeding. But then again, in pregnancy, early pregnancy, you can have bleeding too, but I think that's not as long as this was. It doesn't go on as long as this, but I mean all pregnancies are different. And for me, this spotting bleeding was something that I'd never experienced before. But yeah, on the note of ectopic pregnancy, a bit of a horrific story with a beautiful ending. My mother actually had an ectopic pregnancy in her left tube also, but unfortunately she didn't get to it in time, and before she knew it was obviously in horrific pain because the tube had ruptured. So yeah, and that pain, they say, I mean obviously I didn't, thank goodness, get to that, but like my mum says, the worst pain ever. But yeah, God bless her, poor mum. But then a year later, I think she said it was, she fell pregnant with me and my sister, and I'm a twin. So that's the beautiful news outcome of that horrific story. But yeah, poor mum. I mean, and poor every other woman that deals with losses and things in pregnancy and all. Life can be very cruel at times. But yeah, that's the bit of the backstory behind why I'm a bit up in the air at the moment till I get the full, everything's okay. But yeah, so I'm seeing it's only early still. Kelvin's not home till 4:30, and I really wanted to, I had all intentions on last time, early this year when I did that test. But yeah, I just felt in myself something wasn't right. So so I want to, I'm not, nothing outrageous or nothing crazy like, because Kelvin's he holds his emotions really well. Like, for anyone that knows Kelvin, they'll know that, but it takes for him a bit to show any emotion. He really hides behind, sort of puts a thing up. But yeah, so I thought I'm just going to run to the shops, probably around Kmart, Best and Less, and I'm just gonna sort of on the drive there just think of something that I want to do for him just when he gets home, just a little something, and I'll record that for you. But like I said, don't know what emotion you're going to get from Kelvin, because he's a really hard card to read sort of thing. So but I know deep down in his soul he'll be over the moon. But because he was actually the one, come after the 3 months after the ectopic, he was sort of the one to suggest again about wanting to try and that. So this time around he's been more on the fence for that. I mean, we both have, but Kelvin more so. So yes, he's just going to be bursting inside. But yeah, so I'm going to do that, and then I will try and get that on film for you guys, because I just think it's just nice keepsakes. That's the reason I started my YouTube journey in the first place. I just wanted to have all these videos and memories in one place, obviously for friends and family to always be able to look back on and see these moments, like especially with Harper's birthday and things like that. So yes, I'm going to do this, and then I'll film that, his reaction. And then I guess after that, it's just, if you're seeing this video, everything's okay, everything's going well. It's progressing beautifully, so fingers crossed. So I just run to Kmart. I just spotted this little outfit here and just thought it was so cute. Here comes the fun. So the little leggings and the beanie. But yeah, I just thought that was the most sort of fitting thing for this. And then I just picked these up. I mean, It's, yeah, was the only sort of baby thing like that there. Here I'm in my bedroom, so because he walks in here to get changed, so I'll have the door shut and the phone set up to catch his reaction, whatever that may be, and then just with the test, that's just crazy. It's crazy. Okay.
I called you from a payphone, could barely hear what you said, but you told me that I'm no longer the one you want. I don't know why you left, I don't know why,
What the?
I didn't get a chance to say goodbye, goodbye. I know it's been a year, but sometimes I still shed a tear thinking of you. What can I say? These feelings won't go away. Time keeps passing by, but I can't get you off my mind. These feelings won't go away, away. Try to be strong.